Namaste. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to explain the case study in the security guide for the web-based retrieval applications as given in the case. So as you can see in the poster, we have three portions of the pod, which is the request, retrieval, and the review. So as we know in today's business market where we see security apply standards are very is very important for any business applications to be protected from any threats or vulnerabilities. In that terms, we it helps. What happens is here this security applications help in preventing, detecting and also responding to any type of cyber threats. So let's move on with the first part, which is the request. So as you can see in the request, what happened is the users try to, as we know, if the user data is very essential for any web-based application to be protected, which is very sensitive for as a to be kept in the database. So in that terms, what happened is we need to take care of few things, which is the field size or types, like all the fields must be clear and visible to the users, and the field length has to be specified to the capture the user's name, data, and all that. So to make now what happened here is the users try to log in with the system. In that process, we need to take care, like users use his credential to enter the application to which is sent to the server for the verifications. Now if the user's credential match with the system, what happened is the application allowed to log in. If the credential is wrong, what happened, he is display with the message is invalid username and password. So in that terms, if he tried to log in with the system again and again with several times, with the cross limit is five time limit, which could be allow the users to be forwarded with the system for another next 12 hours. In that terms, he also allow the system can allow him to change the password, which could be multi authentication process will be taken care to be verify his existence. In that terms, the access control has to be very much taken care, where the user authentications and role-based access control and the session management has to be very much taken care. Now what happened here is, if you see the other part of taking care of data transfer between the web interface and the backend, we can use several measures. We can take measures like using firewalls, using data encryptions, which could be like the advanced standard encryption, using encryption in transit like TSL or SSL protocols. We need to have a very secure network system, and also we can have a security alert and plugins to allow, and also data authentication process has to be very smooth, and the data compression and monitoring the user's authentication has to be taken care of very well. Now let's move on with the retrieve part, where if in this sections, what happened here is the system have various things to be taken care. In that terms, the field length and the name, like the field names, whatever the users field is to be there, it has to be limited with certain types of string, like which could be a character, which could be text, and the process has to be very smooth in terms of defining those field sizing or length of the line items. If the name is there, so it has to be 50 characters to accommodate the user's last name. If there is an address, it has to be different line items have to be differently characterized with the limited characters. So now all the fields are formatted with very much with the strings, to allow the application to check, verify the users. Now another part we can use is the SQL escaping. It is a technique used to prevent any sort of SQL injection attack by using escaping special character users input, that specially meaning in the SQL queries. So hence it is always important to use the escape users input before using the SQL queries to prevent any vulnerabilities. The other challenges that I see here is the data validations, validating user input as per the data stored in the server, or the type of the data expected, such as the name or the phone numbers and everything. Another is a bad index, or the non-performing index, which could also lead the poor performance of the application, and increase the storage space, and data can easily be corrupted. So this has to be taken care, and the system design must be follow specific OWASP for secure web application and data encryptions to design a specific and align with the AES encryptions. Okay, now the other part is the review. So review is have every user's right model in a database allow the identify the user's right. So it has to be access as per the role and the role-based access control. So in that terms, there are users like the administrator users who could be allowing who has been accessed, who has been giving the privilege of who can alter, aid, or remove data in the database as per the requirement organization. There could be other users like the normal users, like who can only see the names and the phone numbers. There could be accounting users who can see name and other informations along with the credit card information, and there could be some other hierarchy in the organization who are the privileged user who can only access the database. So in that terms, yes, it's very important to assign the role on the user groups, and also we need to train the training programs has to be regular with the staffs to make sure everything is been taken care in terms of risks and general assessment, and also auditing and monitoring. Data backup and recovery is also very important. So in that terms, how I'd like to conclude is applying standard and technical methods has a comprehensive set of controls in terms of important to build a secure and strong application. So in that terms, latest standard application architecture and agile security practice and culture helps you to do that. Thank you.